The other
I
time was, if you were curious,
we're
Of
always
course, of course.
curious. Yeah.
Definitely curious. Let's hear this.
the other time, this was like 2008. It was like right during there was a bad recession, right? So a lot of people were
Recession,
getting
yeah.
laid off. And so I was like, oh, well, let's go to this gallery opening that I heard about because, it's free and free wine and cheese, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
Perfect.
boom. So we go. It turns out the gallery's like the size of my studio apartment. So it was done pretty quickly. But I was kind of like, like,
You're like, we're at a
let's
buffet
get
right
all the
now.
free shit we can get. And so we get all the free shit. And I think, okay, great. He's like, I'm having so much fun with you. You know what? Let's go get dinner. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we go to get dinner. And I assume since he's suggested it, that he's okay to pay for it
Of
because,
course, that's the rule.
Yeah.
like he offered, like, let's go to dinner. And so, and it just so happened at the time, I was like cleaning out, I was getting rid of all my debt. So I didn't have any credit cards. I only had a debit card.
Oh
And I had
no.
just booked a trip to South Africa for a friend's wedding. And so I had like $18 in my account.
Oh no.
Long story short, we have dinner, we have a little bit of wine, not much. I literally have one glass of wine and an entree. And the check comes and he goes, oh. And and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And it was this really awkward moment. We were like,
Oh.
and he goes, well, I only brought like $18 or something or $20. And I was like, well, I could try to use my debit card. I don't know if it's going to work, And so he like puts down his amount and sort
Stop
of
it.
pushes the bill towards me. And then I'm like, oh, this is so awkward, right? And then he goes to get up, and I'm thinking, okay, he feels bad. He's a gentleman. He's going to get our coats, while I figure out my life and try not to overdraft my account. And by the time I made the payment and I turned around, motherfucker was out. Like, not
Shut
only out the
up.
door, I looked in both directions down 10th Avenue, and
You've never seen
he
him again.
was gone. Like,
Oh my god.
ran for his life.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I think he was embarrassed, but
I mean,
still.
well, yeah.
I mean, he should be, because that's not hard math to look at one thing and be like, does this match the $20 I have in my wallet? And it doesn't.
Exactly. Or like,
Was the dinner good? Like, while the dinner was happening, were you like, oh, we're having like a good conversation and
Yeah.
this is
I would have gone on another day with him. I mean,
That's
I wasn't
crazy.
like, oh, this is my soulmate, but like, there was enough there.
Yeah, it wasn't like awkward and then he was like, oh, bye.
No.
Wow.